Welcome back, friends. In this paper, Accounting for Management, we have covered two modules in which we have detailed study of what is meant by management accounting, its concepts, and in the second part, we have dealt how to analyze a financial statement and what are the tools of interpretation. In that module, we have dealt with various tools in which we have completed comparative statements, common size statements, trend ratios, and next is ratio analysis. Ratio is analysis, another module. Let's study in detail what is meant by ratio analysis, its concept, and all. It's a wide chapter and it's a wider module. We have to study in detail what is meant by ratio analysis, what are the concepts of ratio analysis. There are different tools for analyzing financial statement that comprising ratio analysis. We have to study in detail all the different types of tools for analyzing financial statement. As an introduction, the financial statement contains actual facts and figures. These figures are absolute in nature and may not reveal important aspects regarding the financial health of the organization or business. But when these figures are compared with some related figures, it will be easier to understand their significance. In this context, ratio analysis is used as a powerful tool to analyze and interpret data more meaningfully. It is one of the tools used by the management accountant for providing necessary information to the top level management for decision making. An accounting ratio may be defined as an arithmetic expression of relationship between two figures contained in the financial statements. The figures may be taken from the income statement, balance sheet, or from both. A ratio indicates a coefficient measuring the number of times the numerator is larger than the denominator. Technically, a ratio can be worked out relating any figures, but that figures must be interrelated to get a meaningful ratio. For example, when wages are related to fixed assets, it is meaningless because we know wages is another type of category and fixed asset comes under separate category. But when wages are related to a cost of sales, the ratio will be more meaningful. Thus, there must be some cause and effect relationship between two figures used for calculating ratios. This is what that happens in a ratio analysis concept. We study a relationship between different interrelated aspects or items from the financial statements, mainly from trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. Sometimes we compare the items of both statements together. So we now know what is meant by ratio analysis, how it is represented. Next, let us deal with how to express an accounting ratios. The relationship between two items of any statement is properly analyzed in detail in ratio analysis. But the output or the final expression of a ratio analysis may be expressed in pure ratio, percentage, and coefficient. Pure ratio or proportion. A ratio may be expressed as proportion, say 2:1. It means that the numerator is 2 times of the denominator. Generally, liquidity and solvency ratios are expressed pure ratio. We will discuss in detail what is meant by pure ratio, how 2:1 can be expressed, and different ratios like liquidity and solvency ratios will be dealt in the coming sessions. Next one, percentage. The ratio is expressed as percentage or per 100 of the denominator. For example, gross profit ratio, which we will study in this module, that is gross profit ratio 25% means that term simply means that the gross profit earned is rupees 25 per 100 rupees of sales. If the gross profit ratio is 60%, it means for 100 rupees of sales, you have earned 60 rupees as profit. This is how a percentage representation means. Generally, profitability ratios are expressed as percentage. Next one, coefficients. When a ratio analysis problem computation expresses in coefficient format, here the numerator is expressed as certain number of times of the denominator. For example, stock turnover is 5 times. That means the cost of sales are 5 times of average stock. Generally, activity ratios are expressed as coefficient. The terms and concepts will be dealt in detail in the forthcoming sessions. Next one, what are the objectives of ratio analysis? Usually, ratio analysis is prepared to study the liquidity position of the company or a firm, or it helps to analyze the capital structure and long-term solvency position, or it measures the operational profitability of the company. Apart from these three, it also helps to evaluate the overall performance of the company and helps the management in decision making and financial control. In order to facilitate inter-firm comparison, it helps in evaluating the company on the basis of its market performance. Next, we will deal with different classification of ratios. Since the financial statement comprising of trading profit and loss balance sheet and ratio analysis is done on the basis of all the items from both the account and the statement, so there needs some certain classification regarding ratios which we are going to study. Accounting ratios may be classified into following three major groups. They are based on statement or traditional classification, first let us describe the various classification based on. First one, mainly accounting classification of ratios is mainly based on first one, statement or traditional classification. Second one, based on functions, and finally based on importance. Let's discuss in detail each of the classification. First one, statement or traditional classification. The traditional classification is based on the statement used for calculating ratios. The figures for calculating ratios may be taken from the balance sheet or income statement or from both. Based on the statement used for ratio analysis, ratio may be again classified into balance sheet ratios, income statement ratios, interstatement ratios. Let's discuss what is meant by balance sheet ratio. As the name suggests, balance sheet ratios are ratios worked out from the figures contained in the balance sheet. Both numerator and denominator of the various equations in ratio analysis are the items appeared in the balance sheet. Balance sheet discloses the financial position and capital structure of a firm. Therefore, ratio measuring liquidity, solvency, and use of capital funds are balance sheet ratios. All these ratios will be discussed in detail in future. Next one, income statement ratio. Just like the balance sheet ratio, the income statement ratio also represent the ratios based on the items of the income statement. When the two figures are taken from the income statement or profit and loss account, it is called an income statement ratio. Operating profitability ratio like gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, and cost ratios are income statement ratios. Don't worry about the various ratios which I am describing now. We will discuss in detail all these ratios in the coming sessions. Next one, interstatement ratios. As the name suggests, some of the equations or ratio analysis consisting of items taken both from balance sheet as well as income statement ratio. There is no rule regarding you have to select only items from income statement for ratio for certain equations or balance sheet items alone for some of the special equation. It's depending upon the nature of the equation we are using. It may select from both accounts or either of the one single accounts, whatever may be the situation. We will discuss in detail the cases in future. In interstatement ratios, when one figure is taken from the balance sheet and the other from the income statement, it is termed as income statement ratio or income cum position statement ratio or income cum balance sheet ratio. Next one, classification of ratios. Second one, on the based on functions. The modern classification is based on functions which a group of ratios serve the purpose of analysis. Accordingly, ratio may be classified into different groups. They are test of liquidity or liquidity ratios, test of solvency or solvency ratios, test of turnover or activities or activity ratios, market test ratios. And apart from this, there is another classification, test of profitability or profitability ratios. Next, third categorization or classification of ratios on the basis of importance. Based on importance, a ratio may be classified into primary and secondary ratios. The primary ratio comprises of return on investment, otherwise known as ROI. All other ratios are secondary or supporting ratios which explain or support the primary ratio. And finally, all these classification of ratio is not very important. What is important is the selection of appropriate ratio or ratio for studying a particular aspect and its correct interpretation using some standards. That is what the concept is. We will discuss in detail all these types of ratios and concept in the coming sessions. That's all for today. Thank you.